Skylar again, and welcome back to day 21 of 31 Days of Favourite Movies Challenge. And as I said in the last video, right at the end, this one is a very, very different movie indeed. We are now going back to 1986. I know it's not the film from 2000 or whatever with Britney Spears. Actually, this also has the same name as the film I'm about to review, which is Crossroads. And as I said, it's not the Britney Spears version, it's the version with Ralph Macchio. Got you there. It also stars Joe Seneca, Jamie Gertz. It also stars Joe Morton, Robert Judd, Stephen Vai, Dennis Lipscomb, John Hancock, Harry Carey Jr. It's directed by Walter Hill, and there's a few other people as well. So, the movie starts off with a man at a crossroads and doesn't know which way to go, so looks left and right, and then he ends up in an apartment building, knocks on the door. A man answers, tells him to sit down and play your heart out. So the man tells him that we have everything for you to play with. As we have all the equipment that you need. So he starts to prepare himself to get ready and his instrument out, and goes and sits down, and the man says, Robert Johnson, stand by. And then it's rolling, and then he begins to play, and then he starts to sing, and it's all recording. Carries on playing, and his music is put on a cassette tape, and the cassette tape is getting played, and a boy has all the blues books and plays the tape, and then starts to play and looks at old newspaper clippings, and then walks down the street and stops and looks over at another building and walks over to it. Walks inside, looks around, and then hands a piece of paper over to a man, lets him in, and he asks to see the man, but he doesn't want to see anyone and walks off. But he sees a note with maintenance and gets the job, so he starts to clean the halls and hears a man play, talks to the man, and the man tells the man to get going. So in the end he does. Then the boy is in a music class and begins to play a wonderful piece and says he was good up to a point. And the man at the home watches TV and watches the boy, and they talk about the blues and laugh and joke away, as the boy is originally from Long Island, and the man is wheeled away. Then at the school, the boy is told that he's amazing, but he needs to re-examine his options. Back at home, continues to play his guitar and plays blues music. Then back at the hospital, the boy shows the man a photo, looks at it, and flashbacks start to appear, and they talk about music, signs a contract, and gets told to come before midnight every Saturday, and drives off. Then the boy comes and plays some blues for the man and is impressed, but starts to walk off. And then they talk a lot more and asks him to get out of here, and then says, if you want the number 30, then get me out of here, and tells him that if he wants it, then he takes him to Mississippi, and that he's got to be ready for 5 a.m. and then leaves, and he starts playing his harmonica. Then at 5 o'clock in the morning, the kid gets to the hospital, runs to Willie's room, plans their escape down the lift, and runs out, gets into the taxi, and the taxi drives to the bus station, and they both get on the bus, and the bus drives into the night and talk away about Robert, and then they talk about his life, and the boy tells him that it's not over yet. Then they get to Memphis. Willie gives him $40, but that won't get him a third of the way, so they hitch a ride and are on the highway 61, and the boy changes Willie's tie and tries to hitch another ride. So the boy plays his guitar, stops and plays his guitar again with his harmonica, and gets a bit cheeky and slaps the boy in the face and asks Willie if he's okay, and then gets a piece of his mind, and then they walk away, and then they're at the store and look at a guitar, starts to play it, and then walks out the store in the rain and gets to a house and goes inside, finds a lady, and she gets a knife and tries to attack Willie, and then grabs the knife off her. And then they talk away, and she goes off and puts her pants on, and she drives off out of the house and hitches a ride to the next town, and the guy starts to play music together and make some money. And the man approaches them, and they both head off while the others go back into the bar. Then they play music by some dumpster, and the girl goes to a hotel room, and the boys talk some more. And one of the boys is worried that the girl and man are going to have a shower. Then the guy, is worried. Then the girl and man are going to have a shower. Then the guy comes out of the shower, and the man pulls a gun out at him, and the boy is made to get his money, keys and wallet, and they head off to Jacksonville, Florida, and they all talk in the car, and the girl asks him questions about his guitar, when he started to play, and how he learned to play. So the boy says he was 6, and because his parents didn't know what instrument I should be playing, and Willie played when he was 3. Then Willie tells the boy to move over, and Willie talks to a man, and then they head to the barn to rest. Willie and the boy talk, and Willie then sleeps. Then the boy and girl talk away, and tells the girl to leave them alone. And she storms off, goes to sleep, and then he talks with her some more, and then they kiss each other. Then in the morning, the police come and put them in a police car, and the sheriff comes over and tells them to get out of the car, and tells them to head off, or they go to jail. So they just walk off, find a motel, pays the lady, and get a room. Then they head out to the bar and stop as they get into the bar, and Willie hands him the gun, and he slowly walks to the bar, and he turns back, talks away, and then walks back to the bar, looks around and goes to the bar and asks for a whiskey. And the girl comes to the bar and starts dancing with a guy. And then Willie is chatting up a lady at the bar opposite. Then she walks off. Then at the other bar, the girls start to fight, and then they all fight, and then gunshots are fired, and then the girl and guy are told to leave the bar. Then they go to the other bar and talk to the others, and Willie plays the harmonica and says that his friends have come and play. So they start to play, and they clap their hands and start to dance and have a great time. Back at the hotel room, the boy and girl talk away. Then Willie comes in and gives the boy hell, and the girl intervenes, and then Willie departs and leaves the boy and girl in peace. Willie has a nightmare, and then in the morning the girl leaves, and Willie gives her $100 to get her to LA safe, and she leaves. Then the boy goes to Willie's and asks where the girl is, and he tells him that she's gone. So he goes out to find her, but she's gone in the rain, and back inside the boy talks about the girl and how much he misses her. Then Willie tells him the truth that there's no number 30, and the boy sits in the corner and starts to play a song. Willie looks on as he plays. Willie talks over the notes and then has another flashback, and then they drive past some houses and stops at a house. Goes to the door, knocks, a lady answers, and they talk some more and gives them some water. Drinks the water and talks some more and talk about the crossroads as he needs to get there, and drives them to the crossroads. And Willie tells the boy to start playing, so he does, and Willie sees a car, then talks to them and drives off, and then sees an old friend, talks it out, and then he asks for a challenge and accepts. and goes to where the challenge is at, and everyone sings and dances and plays music. So the boy goes up, starts to play his music on the guitar, hesitates first, so the other guy plays first, and then it's Eugene's turn, and then they have a guitar war, and Willie comes on stage and does his thing, and then Eugene takes over and is encouraged by Willie, but then stops, then looks at Willie and continues to play, and starts to feel the music, and everyone claps, and carries on playing, and then stops, and the other guy continues to play and falls to his knees and walks off stage. Eugene carries on playing, and the man rips Willie's contract up, and everyone dances their socks off and cheers for them, and then walks down the road and talks some more, and Willie says he'd love to go to Chicago and fly on a plane. The end. So, my thoughts on this film. I love this film. It's different to what Ralph Macchio usually acts in, and to be honest, he was really amazing and outstanding. I didn't know he could play the guitar, and I didn't know he could play blues music, because apparently when he done this film, he learned the guitar and he learned to play it all by himself, so big props to him. And other than that, overall, it's a great film, highly recommended, and go and watch it for yourselves. So stay gory, have unpleasant dreams, and I will see you all soon. Ta-ta for now, bye.